Hi and welcome to my wee channel, The Wandering Kilt. Today's video is Portobello, a coastal suburb of the capital city, Edinburgh. Called Porty by the locals, it was originally a town but was later swallowed up by Edinburgh itself. Portobello was just scrubland called Figget Muir, and the land was used for cattle by the monks of the nearby Holyrood Abbey. Let's just skip forward to the 18th century, and the area was pretty rough and rife with smuggling. George Hamilton, who was a sailor by trade, constructed a cottage in the high street and named it Portobello, in honour of Admiral Vernon, with whom he sailed, and he was part of the fleet that captured Portobello, that's one L in Bello, a strategic port in Panama that was 20 miles from the Panama Canal. The cottage later became a pub known as the Shepherd's Ha, and the village started to grow. A clay bed was found nearby, facilitating an earthenware pottery factory, and indeed a brick and tile works as well. By late 1795, people were taking the waters as it became known, and a dip in the Forth was touted as being healthy. Certainly not any time I've been in it has not been healthy, but it benefited by having bathing machines, which were basically a carriage that was taken down to the sea, where you could exit the carriage into the sea while still protecting your modesty, as it were. It became more popular in 1807. New saltwater baths were built at a cost of over £4,500. And in 1822, King George IV visited Portobello and reviewed troops on the beach. The area has had its fair share of beach rage. Indeed, in 1842, some wealthy landowners enclosed their gardens by building walls right down to the Forth itself. Sir William Rae was rightly offended by this, and several years of litigation later, the walls came down, and in 1864 the town council erected the promenade. While it made walking easier, it also guaranteed public access to the 2 miles of beach. Portobello was doing so well it became part of Edinburgh in 1895 in exchange for a town hall. In 1923 a power station was built using local red brick, and it ran until 1977, being demolished in 1979. A bit of a shame, as it provided heating to the nearby open-air swimming pool for free. The swimming pool was also notable for its lifeguard, none other than 007 himself. No, not Daniel Craig, Sean Connery, the best one. I'm not sure if this is the job he did before he was a milkman or after. Maybe somebody can write and tell me. Anyway, the big Portobello Baths was built in 1898 in red brick and opened to the public in 1901. It included a Turkish baths facility. We always called our local pool the Baths. Nowadays it's hard to comprehend that people went there not to swim but to wash and shower. The Lido looked amazing, and if it hadn't been demolished, it would have been a tourist attraction now. I didn't know that Portobello used to have a pier, which was built in 1871. It was over 1,200 feet long and had a restaurant at the far end. But Sir Thomas Bouch had a hand in the design. Who was he? He was the guy responsible for the first Tay Bridge, you know, the one that fell down. The pier rotted away and was demolished in 1917, probably for scrap iron during the war. Fast forward again to the 1970s, Portobello was still a popular seaside destination, especially people from Glasgow looking to escape the grime of the city. Although it had lost its shine compared to Blackpool or even the cheap holiday packages to Spain. No place can escape tragedy, and Portobello is no exception. The serial killer Robert Black abducted and killed Caroline Hogg, who was from the area, in the evening of the 8th of July 1983. And that kind of put the mockers on the area for quite a bit. People didn't think that the fun fair of that was a safe place to take your kids, which is a shame because it was still a nice place to go. Anyway, I'm talking too much, so let's just get on with it. Well, that was Portobello. That was always a good run for us on a Sunday. We'd come through and just walk about the promenade and go to the amusement arcade and along the fun fair, or even just sit on the beach with a picnic, depending on the weather. Very seldom did we actually go in the water because the water wasn't very clean, to be honest. There was raw sewage pipes discharged just off the coast. If you ever wondered what the wooden trestle things are, they're called groins. And what that does is that stops the sand moving, which is called longshore drift, where the sand moves at an angle. So if they put these groins in, it keeps the sand on the beach. And as you can see, it works pretty well in Portobello. It certainly seems to be a place that's on the up now, and it's getting rave reviews as a place to stay. And you can see why, because it's quite a great ambience down walking along the promenade, and there's all different fast foods and cafes and things, so it's a great place. But they must have some of the most manicured people in Scotland, because as I was walking along the high street, there was 3 barbers within 100 yards of each other. So you say, crikey, how can they all be making money? So they must have their regular customers, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for watching. As I look at the big clock on the wall, I see once again time has beaten us. So until next time, bye for now.